If you've been struggling to fall asleep or stay asleep, try listening to a guided meditation tonight on the Sleep Meditation for Women podcast. Meditations are a natural, easy way to quiet your mind and relax your body so you can get the sleep you need. Every night, Sleep Meditation for Women provides a new episode, from body relaxations to guided visualizations and even dedicated sleep sounds. Listen for free now by searching Sleep Meditation for Women on your favorite podcast player and begin sleeping better tonight.
This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 2403. I went on a diet. Here's what happened. Part 2 by Sally Kuzemchak of realmomnutrition.com. And I'm your narrator, Dr. Neil. Hey there, happy Thursday and welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, where I simply read to you from the best health and fitness blogs for free. I cover nutrition, fitness, stress management, weight management, and more, just like an audiobook, but from a bunch of different authors, and always with permission from the sites, and always with a bit of my commentary at the end. Now, to get to my commentary, be sure you listen on after any ads to hear it. Now, today's post is part 2 from yesterday, so if you're new here or are skipping around, I'd recommend listening to yesterday's episode first. That was episode 2402. But if you're all caught up, let's jump right in and hear part 2 and continue optimizing your life. I went on a diet. Here's what happened. Part 2 by Sally Kuzemchak of realmomnutrition.com. From my meticulous tracking, I knew I wasn't getting enough calories, clocking in below 1,000 on my low-carb days. My body had shifted into survival mode. The crash. I muscled through to the end of the 6-week program. By all accounts, I'd been a model student. I'd lost pounds and inches. I also felt like I was starving. The end of the diet coincided with Christmas, and cookies were everywhere. I was tired of counting grams and turning down what I wanted. It was the perfect storm, and I rebounded hard. For the next few months, I frequently ate past the point of fullness. At times, I felt almost frantic about eating all the foods I'd been missing. My gold jeans went back to the high shelf in the closet, and my pants grew tighter. Like so many before me, I gained back what I'd lost, and then some. I had joined the ranks of yo-yo dieters. I couldn't help but feel shame. Shame that I didn't trust my instincts and bail when I started to obsess. Shame that with all my knowledge and experience, I'd fallen into a trap I'd warned other people about. Shame that I'd punished my body like this. What I learned. I don't share my story to dissuade you from eating low carb, trying macro counting or carb cycling, or even seeking to lose weight. I believe you have the right to be satisfied or not with your body, and the right to change or not how you're eating. I share my story because I learned a lot about myself in this process, and there might be something in those lessons that could help you too. Lesson number 1. For me, food tracking is triggering. There's evidence that some people who track eating or their fitness are at a higher risk for fixating on their diets and restricting their intake, yet other research doesn't find this. In other words, it's individual. I know that logging what I eat makes me preoccupied with food, and that isn't healthy. Lesson number 2. For me, low-carb eating is miserable. The longer I'm a dietitian, the more I believe that different ways of eating work for different people. One person's perfect plan is another one's exercise in deprivation and denial. Some thrive on a mostly meat and veggies diet, but so many of my favorite foods are rich in carbohydrates, from berries and oatmeal to pasta and cookies. I don't want to live in a world where I can only have those foods on cheat days. I don't want to live in a world where I have to cheat at all. And lesson number 3. For me, no jeans are worth it. Walking around in my gold jeans, utterly desperate for an apple, was an all-time low, and one I never want to repeat. Following this experience, I decided it was the last diet I'd ever go on, the last time I'd make changes that feel extreme to me. I'm sure I'll continue to adjust what and how I eat as I figure out what feels best as I get older. But being in larger pants, able to eat foods I enjoy, and not fixate on the grams of carbohydrate in an apple or piece of cake is a trade-off I'm 100% willing to make. That said, I recognize that my goals were only aesthetic. I wasn't trying to wean myself off diabetes medication or lower my blood pressure. I understand that some people may have health-related reasons for making changes to what they eat, and I respect that. My message for you. This was my experience. Yours may be different. Nobody's the same. It's okay if something works well for you and not for me. It's okay if something feels right to your best friend, but awful to you. There's nothing wrong with you if your experience is different from someone else's. It's also okay to bail on something you thought might be helpful, but turns out to be harmful to your mental or physical health. My approach has always been to share what works and doesn't for me and my family, so you can make the decisions that feel good for you. But I will tell you this: be kind to yourself. That includes being kind to your body. Eating when you're hungry is kind. Nourishing yourself so you have energy is kind. Enjoying your food is being kind. Starving yourself is not. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled, I Went on a Diet. Here's What Happened, by Sally Kuzemchak of realmomnutrition.com. If I were to ask you to name 4 classic Christmas movies, could you answer in under 15 seconds? If the answer is yes, then you need to play Trivia Star. Trivia Star is a free mobile game with over 60 different categories to choose from, including music, TV, sports, and more. Plus, right now for the holiday season, enjoy limited time categories like Christmas movies and holiday songs. Play anytime from your smartphone and expand your knowledge. And right now, Trivia Star is offering you 2,500 coins and 500 gems when you download and play, which come in handy if you get stuck on hard questions. I've sure enjoyed the extra points and gems because sometimes you need them, and trust me, the last thing you want is to stop playing. Trivia Star has thousands of 5-star reviews in the App Store and is the #1 trivia game on iPhone. Download it today to test yourself with over 10,000 trivia questions. Just go to the Apple or Google Store and search for Trivia Star. Download Trivia Star for free and train your brain today. Dr. Neil here for my commentary. Did you catch Sally's second suggestion? She said that different ways of eating work for different people. One person's perfect plan may lead to feelings of deprivation and denial in others. In yesterday's commentary, I mentioned that when researchers study what makes some so successful when it comes to losing weight and keeping it off, they discovered it isn't about having more willpower or better genetics. Instead, it came down to a couple of things, and Sally's advice was spot on. Researchers found if individuals were able to find a nutritious pattern of eating that they could tolerate, dare I say actually like, and a meal plan that suited their lifestyle and their food likes and dislikes, then they were more successful at losing weight and keeping it off. Plus, they make sure to plan these meals ahead of time and make sure they have the ingredients for these meals stocked in their home. All of these behaviors made it easier for them to stick to their plan over the long term, basically for life. And of course, they find time to stay active. Moving the body in a structured way is a non-negotiable. And here again, finding activities that they enjoy is key because then they're more likely to stick to them for life. See, there's no magic to it. You can do this. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for being here and listening every day. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for the Friday Q&A and where your optimal life awaits.